Hello everyone and welcome to the South Gym, where we have the 51st annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. I'm Chris McQuaid, alongside me, Griffin, Hanna. We have the Palatine Pirates versus the Wheaton North Falcons. And, tell me a little bit about both these teams, Griffin. What do we got up here on the screen?
As you said, a very nice matchup here. Two players to watch out for is Tony Belgagnehi and Henry Schlickman. Tony coming off a 23-point performance, corralling 5 rebounds with that, while Henry Schlickman is more of an all-around player, 10 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Belgagnehi does have the higher shooting percentage, but he shoots a lower quantity of shots and more in the paint.
And with that, let's get this one going. Looks like it's going to be number 3 to bring this one up. Ryder Froby. Wheaton North under their new head coach, David Eaton. It's his first year. Coach Dave Brackman, not head coach this year. Let's see what the Falcons got. Seems like they have a little bit of swagger this year as they turn it over. First play of the game. Wheaton North sticking with it. It's going to be a foul on Darren Dick, actually.
Darren Dick, he's a huge player for this Palatine offense. He's the captain of the team. He plays point guard. He facilitates the offense. Almost every possession you will hear his name called.
Henry Schlickman, folks, the man to watch out for. Known for his deep threat from beyond the arc. His here, he's already looking for a shot for 3. 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Palatine coming out in a 3-2 zone here.
Gilmar is going to be blocked here. Shot clock at 12.
As you said, Henry Schlickman, a big, deep threat here for the Wheaton North Falcons. If they want to get him a shot, they're going to have to move the rock early to compromise this 3-2 D.
They lob it up to Gilmar. He doesn't get it to go. And Connor May up top fires to Darren Dick, the 3-point specialist for the Pirates. Down to Williams, pulling, not connecting, rebounded. Here come the Falcons in transition. Henry Schlickman up top. Coast to coast, laying it up, off the mark. Williams is going to grab the board, and Darren Dick now has it. Over to May. Back to Dick. They got to get it across the timeline, Griffin. They do. Wilcox driving, dumps it off. Big Tony Belgagnehi down low, lays it up, no good. Second chance effort, gets fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe for 2.
Tony Belgagnehi, better known as Showtime Tony, he will be attending the University of Illinois as a defensive tackle next year. He's a 4-star commit.
Absolutely. Belgagnehi, a great 2-sport athlete, one of the famous Tosh names. He's been good since his freshman year in this tournament. Uses his body so well. Some people like to call him Twinkle Toes because he just gets around the court so well. Such good footwork. To have that guy at the defensive tackle position, that's special, Griffin.
I wouldn't be surprised if we heard his name as a walk-on, too, for the basketball team.
Yeah, hey. I don't know if he'd fit in with the Croatian, Yugoslavian, Serbian fit that Illinois got going right now, but absolutely could see him playing ball there. As he knocks down the first. Second one, off the mark. Ben Gilmar will retain possession for the Falcons. It's Henry Schlickman drawing up something. They got to get across half court, though. They can't just do that. They will.
In the high school game, you get 10 seconds to cross half court, so a couple of these times it feels prolonged, but there's an adequate enough time for these teams.
Wheaton North turns it over. Palatine in transition. Wilcox, a triple. Off the mark. Big Tony grabs the board. Tony sets his feet and 1. Big Tony Belgagnehi.
That's why they call him Showtime. Rebounds his own miss, goes up strong and finishes the layup. Going to the line for 1 more.
This is a sneaky good Palatine team. Very overlooked. Their record, 8-1. Many people not really talking about them as one of the favorites, but they could easily win this whole thing, Griffin.
During our Tosh preview show, I picked them to win the whole tournament. I think their biggest competition is St. Ignatius, which they won't see them until the semifinals if both teams progress that far into the tournament.
Absolutely, but if you look at St. Ignatius, they faced a huge scare against Highland Park yesterday, Griffin, so that looks the Palatine Pirates' chances even higher, although I'm sure the Wolfpack will get it figured out under their great head coach in Monroe.
Tony Belgagnehi, the only player who scored for either team, but for this Palatine offense, it's so dynamic. Williams, May, and Belgagnehi all being in double figures yesterday against.
Wilcox over to Dick. Back to Wilcox, a triple. Got it! 7-0. Falcons looking for an answer. They got nothing going on offense.
That's just what I was saying. Wilcox was a huge contributor on offense as well. Not showing up as much in the points category yesterday, but he was filling up the box score.
That's 10.
Timeout first is rocking right now.
I mean, after that last game, you see Glenbardese come in here and tear it up. 2 9-1 teams. It was Stag versus them, and man, did Glenbardese just look like the much better team. The best showing we've seen all tournament so far.
Many people had thought Stag basketball was back. Glenbardese said no.
That's the best Glenbardese team I've seen in a while. Mike Nee, Schneider, you got Marinowski, you've got House. I mean, those guys are just loaded. Got transferred from Bolingbrook. I mean, your star player, Mike Nee, goes out in the first game last year with a broken jaw. They were supposed to be good last year, too. And now they have him back. He's going to North Dakota State. They're just a fantastic ball club over there.
Mike Nee is a special player.
It certainly is. 7-0. Wheaton North really struggling to get something going here on offense.
Surprised we haven't heard Schlickman more so far in this game. He's an absolute deep threat. And if he gets a shot, he is going to take it. So I'm shocked he doesn't even have a shot attempt right now.
Yeah, I'm sure, Griffin, that's what they're looking at in the timeout here, probably trying to draw something to get him going. Stoppage of play here, not sure what it is. But Schlickman nearly eliminated the York Dukes in the playoffs last year. I remember going to the game. Bro did not miss a three. Getting across the timeline. And another turnover. May uses his length and picks it off. Here comes Darren Dick. 2-1-2 trap the Falcons got going here. Schlickman in the middle. 2 guards up top, Biggs down low. Dick, swing pass. Williams, back to Dick. Back to Williams. Williams looking for a shot. Kicks it to the corner. Wilcox. Blocked. Here come the Falcons in transition, pushing the floor. They dump it off. Schlickman thought about the three, no. Kicks it back. Around the horn. A three. Got it. That's a big bucket for number 0, Burke Eichmann.
As you said, big bucket there, gets the Falcons on the board and turns the tides of this game.
May's got to be careful. I think he went, 10 seconds. I thought he went over and back.
I did too. One thing to definitely watch out for is the absolute size of this Palatine team. Their shortest starters, Darren Dick at 6'2", Wilcox as well as at 6'2". Off the bench, their 6th man is Jake Tripp. He's standing at a staggering 6'7".
They move it around the horn. They get it to the middle. Gilmore down low, working on Belling and Yehi. Another three for the Falcons. He's going to get this one to go. That's going to be Channing.
Just like that, a 7-point deficit's cut down to 1.
Williams up top, over to Darren Dick. Dick, swing pass, May, he can shoot it. He's gonna try his luck. He's gonna knock it down.
May matches right back, extends the lead back to 4.
Schlickman, over to Burke, over to Channing. Back to Schlickman, he's gonna pull it. He's gonna knock it down. Henry Schlickman from beyond the arc.
Showing off what we talked about earlier. His deep accuracy is on the point.
9-10 your score. Darren Dick up top for the Pirates. Back over to May. Down to Tony. Tony spinning, laying. Won't connect.
I like that Palatine went back to Tony Belgagnehi. Their outside shooting hasn't been what they hoped for, so they went back down low and tried to get a shot to fall in.
Here's Channing. Over to Schlickman. Channing goes baseline, weaving through the defense, pulling, Off the mark. Gilmore now has it, but it's ripped away by Tony Bellingham. They get it to him. And it's an and one for Bellingham. Unbelievable.
Already the second and one opportunity for Tony Bellingham. As I was talking about earlier, this Wheaton North 1-2-2 full court press was giving the guards trouble, so they went back to the reliable Showtime Tony, and he has delivered.
Jacob Johnson to check in for the Falcons. 12-9 your score so far. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remain, and Tony at the line. Palatine Wraith had a tough matchup last year in the second round against the star-studded Metamora Redbirds. They were up 7 with about a minute left when Matthew Zobers came in and won them the game. So they're looking to get past the first round this year, Griffin, playing with a huge chip on their shoulder.
As you said, last year with the seeding, they were dealt a bad hand. This year, they're primed and ready to make a run at that title.
Schlickman trying his luck. Got it! Right in Williams' face, Henry Schlickman, how do you do?
That just goes to show you how good of a player Henry Schlickman is. Abram Williams, 6'4", right in his face. He's unfazed and drains the three.
They turn it over. They get it to Schlickman in transition. Schlickman behind the back pass, but no finish. My goodness.
I think that highlight was so unbelievable that number 0 wasn't even ready to catch it. Not even his own teammate could imagine what Schlickman's able to do.
12-12. Very high tempo game here in the South Gym. Energy slowly starting to build up. Dick. Jump stop. Kicking. May. A triple. Off the mark. And it's going to be tipped off of Wilcox.
Good call there. I liked Wilcox trying to play it off like he didn't touch it, but ref saw all of that.
What a matchup we've had so far. Schlickman fires it back to Channing, over to Burke. Burke gets it across the timeline. Burke in trouble, in a triple team now. He's got a launch. He fires, but it's almost picked off by May.
That just goes to show the formidable length of this Palatine team. They got in the corner and they immediately trapped him. Even with the pass, Brady May almost got there using all of his wingspan.
They're gonna reset it with Schlickman. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. They launch off the mark, rebounded by Tony Bellingham, and back to Dick. Over to May. Wilcox. Williams turning. Not going to be able to connect on that one. And here comes Schlickman. Over to Burke. Burke drives. And it looks like it was tipped off of the Pirates.
Falcons' first team to make a sub here. Palatine yet to have any player from their bench enter the game.
They get it. Down low, Channing uses a good post move and can't get it to go. That was nearly down. However, he is going to lay it in. Johnson, they have 26 seconds. Shot clock not in effect here. They can take their time. First, they got to get past this press, though. Over to May. May. Wilcox. Thought about the triple. 10 seconds. Williams. Baseline. Williams. Wilcox. A triple. Off the mark. Tony. No. Here they come. Burke. 2 seconds. He's going to get a good look. It's up. And it's no good. 14-12. Wheaton North leading.
One thing I think to watch out for here as this game continues is that Palatine, all 5 of the starters played the entirety of the first half, while the Wheaton North Falcons had an 8-man rotation going for that first quarter. I wonder if that's going to bite the Pirates later in this game, as maybe their starters will get gassed earlier. In their previous game, we saw only 3 players come off the bench. That was Evans, Tripp, and Iliopolis. So far, we've seen none of them so far, and I wonder if that's going to come to haunt them.
Absolutely, Griffin. With that, we are going to step aside. 14-12, Wheaton North Falcons up here early. Don't go anywhere. More action coming your way here on York Sports Network. Hello everyone and welcome back from the short break where Palatine get off to a fast start with 7-0, but it's been all Wheaton North since then, and Coach has made some great adjustments. David Eaton. You know, I really respect the suit out of Coach David Eaton. That's old school.
You know, typically I would say I like it, but I don't know, it comes out as almost arrogant in my opinion.
Oh, nah, that's old school, man. It's respect for the game. Dick fires corner. Wilcox a triple. Got it. 15-14. Back and forth we go in the South Gym.
I guess it's just that Coach Eaton kind of reminds me of Dan Hurley in the suit. And I'm not a Dan Hurley fan.
That's a good comparison, but
Dan Hurley, he complains too much. So then anytime I see David Eaton complain, I'm reminded of Dan Hurley, which I'm not liking right now.
I've seen a lot of coaches in the Big East switch to wearing suits. Chris Holtman from DePaul, Dan Hurley's been wearing a suit. Seton Hall head coach, who coached at St. Peter's, is now too. So I think they're changing it up, bringing it back to the old Catholic days, but I can't agree more. Hurley's always been the suit kind of guy. Johnson off the mark and rebounded by Williams.
Great closeout there from Belgagnehi, going from that low post, extending up to the high post and closing out on the Falcon.
Dick fires to May. Back to Dick. Over to Williams. Wilcox, he'll try another. Got it!
Same spot, same shot. Wilcox hits another corner three.
18-14. Henry Schlickman to bring it up. Over to Burke. Burke in trouble. Fires over to Johnson. Over to Schlickman. He pump fakes. 20 seconds on the shot clock here. A three ball. Way off the mark for Zielinski. Darren Dick, he might have traveled there, but gets it over to May. Over to Williams.
That was a gracious gather step right there.
And here come the Falcons in transition. Wilcox almost picks his pocket. Johnson over to Burke. That looks like he's gonna have to bank it in to go in. Way off the mark. And Wilcox retains possession for the Pirates. Still no subs. Williams lobbing. Belgagnehi pump fakes and draws the contact. He's gonna go to the line for two.
Belgagnehi once again going to the free throw line. If you get the ball down low, you will be rewarded, as shown there.
Big Tony, such good footwork. With an ankle brace on too.
And he's got that offset back foot in his free throw stance.
It's old school. That's what the coaches will teach you when you're 7 years old.
First Palatine sub of the game will be Alex Iliopoulos. Abram Williams to the bench. Falcons extending their rotation to a 9-man rotation.
Belgagnehi, his second, will go. So 19-14, Pirates leading. Very back and forth, lots of momentum swings. And Wheaton North looking for an answer. Could it be Henry Schlickman?
They got to get it across half.
They do, over to Burke. Dumps it off. Blocked by Tony. Wow.
Big time swat there, looking like a volleyball swing.
They swing it. Belgagnehi draws a double team. Can't finish through contact. Wheaton North pushing the tempo up the floor. And they're gonna throw it off of a Falcon, or off of a Pirate, excuse me. We'll stay here. Gilmar to check in. Channing will also check in. And Froby will also check in. They'll pull Johnson, Burke, and Burke, Heidmick, and John Clayton, excuse me. Got them mixed up as Henry Schlickman to take the inbound here. Schlickman fires it over. Waywire pass, and May's got it. Iliopoulos up top, fires it to Dick. Back to Iliopoulos. It's around the volleyball line. They're slowing it down. Tony's calling for a mismatch down low. They get it to him. He spins, sets his feet, lays it in. That was buttery smooth.
No matter what, a Tony Belgagnehi drop step, spin move, whatever it is in the low post, it's going to be lethal.
And he's got 9. Wilcox also with 9. And the last 3 points coming from May. Three-headed monster, if you will. Schlickman, a step-back triple. Got it! Henry Schlickman, how do you do?
He's going to make the South Dakota State head coach very happy when he gets to their program.
That's Mike Nee.
Oh, yes. Schlickman going anywhere?
He's only a sophomore. He's got 2 years to, or he's a senior, what the hell? He's got 1 year to figure that out, but you know,
speaking of sophomores,
Mike Nee is definitely a guy who's going to be great at South Dakota.
We were previewing him, and I got the two mixed up.
It's pretty similar.
Speaking of sophomores, Jake Tripp, 6'7", as a sophomore. He was at the scorer's table. He's most likely going to check in after this timeout. Seems like he's taking out Tony Belgagnehi.
With that, we'll step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching New York Sports Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back from the short break. I'm Chris McQuaid. Alongside me, Griffin Hanna. You called it. Jake Tripp has checked in for the Pirates, and I'm assuming Coach Millstone has drawn something up in this timeout to get one of his studs involved in a play here. They bring out the 1-2-2 press. They were in the 2-1-2 earlier, messing with their heads a little bit. Have it up top, fire to May. Dick makes a cut.
Palatine changing up the look here, going with 3 guards, 1
Picked
forward
off.
and a center. Typically they got 2 forwards out there, but replacing Abrams with Iliopoulos.
So they finally go to the bench, get 2 guys in right now. They're playing crucial minutes as Williams is already coming back in. Schlickman, turnaround Jay, he's got it. Henry Schlickman really making his impact felt with 11 points already. 2-point game.
Schlickman has an absolutely buttery jumper.
What you know about Prime Schlickman in the South Gym against Metamora last year? Almost knocked him out in the first round.
Almost did the eventual runners-up or third-place team.
As there was a basket for the Pirates. Jake Tripp gets his name on the board early. Schlickman, step back, corner 3, no good. Man, he's got a lot of different shots in this package. Ooh, he might have walked. Iliopoulos there. Dick into the corner. Wilcox, swing pass. May, a triple. He's got it.
May catching fire again. He showed off his range yesterday, and he's trying to do the same here.
Found in the footsteps of Connor May, his brother, who's playing at Winona State right now. One of the famous Tosh legends. Is there's a 10-second violation. Looks like Tripp will check out. Williams will check in. Belgagnehi will check in. They're going to pull May as well. So Darren Dick, the only starter who hasn't came out of the game yet.
Palatine doing another look here. 2 centers, 1 forward, 2 guards.
Interesting. They keep mixing it up, and whatever it is, it's throwing Wheaton North off.
It is. Wheaton North keeps messing around with their press, but it's to no avail. Palatine handling this Wheaton North defense with ease so far.
Darren Dick up top, looking for Tripp. So now they're going to go Belgagnehi and Tripp in the middle. Interesting. Dick for the Belgagnehi, 5 seconds. He's going to have to launch it. He gets to his spot, draws the contact. He's going to the line for 2.
One thing I find interesting with this Palatine offense is they have both Belgin and Tripp working in the post, but they aren't doing the opposite, one in the high post, one in the low post. They're both kind of staying around the blocks.
Yeah, Belgin will go to the line for 2 here. First one's off the mark. You know, he's missed a few free throws here, Griffin, early. Some points they might need later.
It's shocking the amount of free throws I've seen missed throughout the entire Tosh. They're called free throws for a reason.
All teams need to work on that.
And I don't understand how these high school head coaches, that's not their pet peeve. Oftentimes, I feel like whoever gets the calls to go their way will often win a high school basketball game.
Couldn't have said it better. I mean, watching that York game last night, too, every game I think I've announced, the free throws just been horrible. Oh, he went over and back. No call nonetheless, and Henry Schlickman and his Falcons need an answer. Who do they go to? It's going to be Burke in the corner. He's going to knock it down.
Incredible job by Burke there, stepping up at the right moment, keeping this game alive for them.
How about that quarterback pass out of Schlickman to the corner? Jake Tripp in the corner now. Fires it across the court to Williams. Williams so quick with the ball. Darren Dick now up top running the show. Over to Oleopoulos.
Darren Dick's just got that quick first step that allows him to be so effective with ball handling.
Big Tony's gonna attack, and he draws another foul. He's just killing them down low.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like Tony Belgin is the only player who's gone to the free throw line so far for the Pirates.
And Belgin, the only way to make this work and get some points out of this is if he can knock these shots down. So, like you said earlier, we can see how they grow as a team as the free throw trouble continues to grow. He will make the first, but Tony, he doesn't sit a lot of minutes. So I think the big part of it is the stamina kind of thing, He goes so hard every play, the footwork. By the time he gets to the line, he's huffing and puffing.
Palatine, all 5 starters are back in the game with that latest substitution. And as you said, Belgin never taking a play off, so he might use this time at the free throw line to rest and recover rather than focus on getting as many points as he can. Misses another.
1 for 2 every time he's been in the line so far. Falcons get it across the timeline. They fire to Burke. Burke over to Schlickman. Schlickman thought about the 3. Get it to Johnson down in the corner. Johnson into the middle now. They kick it. Johnson pump fakes, gets Belgin flying. They dump it off and it's blocked by guess who? The glue guy, Darren Dick.
As you said, Darren Dick is an absolute glue guy. The box score doesn't show the extent of his impact. Hustle plays and overall just defense allowed Dick to be such a great player.
One thing you guys haven't seen from Dick today is his amazing three-point shooting. As Williams is going to miss, but remember his freshman year when he started on that Final Four Palatine team, he was so known for his corner threes. They get down the floor and miss it.
As you said, in his freshman year, he started out as just a true shooter, but it's been fun to see him evolve through the years and become into an offensive facilitator rather than just a one-dimensional shooter.
Absolutely. Dick up top. Williams wide open. They find him. They got 13 seconds. They're going to hold for the last shot of the half. 28-22 your score. 10 seconds. They got to go. Dick up top. Over to Williams. Williams driving, kicks it. May, a corner 3. It's an air ball. Schlickman's got a second. He heaves it. No good.
Hat was on target, just barely didn't have the distance there. I'm surprised we didn't see a Schlickman full court heave.
Absolutely, Griffin. And with that, it's going to be 28-22. Your first half score in the South Jam. Don't go anywhere. I'm Christian McQuaid alongside me, Griffin Hanna. More action coming your way here on York Sports Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the South Gym, where we have a great matchup between the Palatine Pirates and the Wheaton North Falcons. What a game this has been. You know, the people come to see big-time Tony, Showtime Tony, Big T, whatever you want to call him. He's been great so far.
As you said, no matter what you call him, he's going to be dominant, leading the way with 11 points. Right behind him is Wilcox with 9.
And you know, the best part about this Palatine lead is that, you know, they're up 6, and one of their better players in Darren Dick hasn't even scored yet.
As you said, he is one of the better players right now, not really filling up the stat sheet.
Same with Williams.
Yeah, Darren Dick specifically is more of an offensive facilitator. He'll score occasionally, he'll move the rock around to get a couple assists, but he's also a gritty guy. He does the hustle plays, he plays incredible defense, and he overall just moves the ball around in such an effective way that it really opens up the offense.
Schlickman up top, looking for someone who's going to fire it over. Swing pass, Burke, float game, got it. He takes a fall, but he's all good, and Burke giving him some nice minutes here. It's his first bucket of the game. Or, excuse me, third bucket of the game. Wilcox over to Williams, over to Dick. May wide open in the corner. Let's see if they find him. Williams, coast to coast, lays it in. And that's the Williams I know.
Williams using every bit of his length there, stretching that wingspan out and going right off the glass for 2.
Falcons blocked by Tony Bellingham-Yehi, 30-24, your score. Darren Dick over to May. Dick, top, May dumps it down to Tony. He goes up and puts it in, 32-24. Pirates.
Bellingham-Yehi using his size there, pushing defenders off, getting that ball and going up with it.
Great job by Ben Gilmore using his footwork and laying it. Gets fouled, so good line for 2. And Ben Gilmore had to sit most of the first half with 2 fouls. He's one of their better players, starting since his sophomore year as well, as he's now a junior. First one's up. No good.
As you said, had to sit out that first half with 2 fouls. He was in foul trouble, so Coach Eaton deciding to rest him, save him for later in this game.
Second one is through for Ben Gilmore, so 25-32, chipping away at that lead. It's Darren Dick. Williams breaking the press. They swing it, and it's picked off by the Falcons. Here they come in transition, coast to coast. Blocked by Williams. Blocked by Bellingham-Yehi. Here come the Pirates down the floor.
Wheaton North wanted a goaltending there.
That's over and back.
I don't care, though. That was great back-to-back swats there for the Pirates.
And that's the definition of all out. That's what these teams are going for. They want to go to the next round, Griffin. What a day we've had with games so far. Glenbard North's leading Lamont in the main gym 15-4 right now.
As you said, what a great slate today. Consolation bracket had some great matchups, but this is what the people want to see. They want to see Wheaton North barely trailing Palatine already in the second round.
Gilmore going up. Great move, no finish though.
And that's what I was talking about. Darren Dick, scrappy. He's not the tallest, but he came up with that defensive rebound right there.
May. Dick to Williams, back to Dick.
Bellingham-Yehi sees a mismatch down low, he likes it.
Not lacking height, Gilmore, but a little bit of size. Wilcox, that's a deep triple, and he's gonna knock it down!
Doesn't matter how deep it is, Robbie Wilcox will hit it.
And they gotta get Schlickman back going. It's been a minute since he scored. He was off quick in the first quarter, but not many shots have presented themselves since then as Gilmore draws another foul. Let's see if he can make him pay at the line.
On that last possession there, I saw Schlickman standing at the top of the key, wide open just with his hands up. I want him to make it more known that he's open and he's ready to take a shot, because as you said, they got to get him going if they want to close this lead.
There's Glenbard West walking in right now. It's another fun team led by Josh Abushinab. First one for Gilmar is going to go.
Let's see if Gilmar can be the first to go 2 for 2 at the free throw line.
Not jinx it.
We'll have to wait for another foul. I think a crowd distraction might have worked.
Back in the 2-1-2. Now Schlickman drops back to the 1-2-2. Trickery.
I can't tell if they're in a 2-1-2 or a 1-2-2 full court press. I think they are. I don't think they even know.
Oh my gosh, Bellingham Yehi, ball's loose, goes off of Williams. Big turnover forced by the Falcons. That was massive. And I'll tell you, the Pirates, I can tell you, they're totally in a 1-2-2. No fool here. Schlickman. Gets to the corner, but it's stolen by Wilcox.
Wilcox, great use of the hands there. Jumped right in the passing lane, batted that ball down, right into the hands of Tony.
Here's May. Gets it across the timeline, back to Wilcox. Over to May, to Dick. Dick draws a double team, kicks it to Williams. And they're in a 1-2-2. Now playing like a little Pac-Man. Williams just goes up and lays it home. Now an 11-point lead, and it's time for Wheaton North to figure it out.
Great job there by Williams to recognize the weak spot in that 1-2-2 zone. Cut right into the middle of it, and just great job by the Pirates to find him down low and zip that pass right in there.
Gilmar's going to check out. Also checking out will be number 4, John Clayton. They're going to reset it with Schlickman. They got to get him some looks, Griffin. He had some nasty threes in that first quarter.
As you said, they need to get him some looks. He is open. He's just not getting the ball when he is.
Let's see if they get him in isolation here.
Wow, Wilcox calling off Williams, saying, I got Schlickman.
Schlickman spins over to Burke. Burke's got 4 seconds. He's going to have to heave it. They lose it. Here comes Darren Dick down the floor. Dick goes up and lays it home. 39-26, and the Pirates are starting to run away with it.
As you said, Pirates getting some momentum. The scores are starting to slide their way.
Stolen. Darren Dick has it up top again. Fires it over. May. Over to Williams. Back to May. May in the corner. Dick rises off the mark. Funky bounce pass there, and it's going to go off of Wheaton North, as it looks like Darren Dick might have touched it last, but they blew the play dead. Dick breaking the press over to Wilcox. He's blocked. 1 second on the shot clock, and Coach Eaton's loving what he's seeing on this possession on defense.
I like that Wheaton North bench. They all got up. They all started clapping after that block. Just doing anything, try to get the momentum back in favor of the Falcons.
They lob it into Tony. Shot clock expires. Here comes Channing in transition. To Johnson. Burke, that's a deep three. Off the mark. Bellingham Yehi's going to rip it down.
That last shot from Burke, I was going to tell you that was good. Just short.
Williams in the middle, kicks it. Wilcox, another triple. Off the mark. Burke with the rebound. Burke's running with it. Finds Schlickman. Schlickman gets blocked from behind by May.
As you said, May comes from a very historic Tosh family. His older brother, dominant player, and the middle brother, James May, is on the Palatine bench.
Wow, Tony goes up, gets the contact. He'll head to the stripe.
Definitely earned the trip here. Came down hard. Let's see if he can finally go 2 for 2, but we're going to get a Wheaton North timeout first.
And with that, we're going to step aside. 39-26. More action coming your way here.
We welcome you back out of that timeout where the score is 26-39. The Pirates of Palatine starting to pull away here from the Wheaton North Falcons. Tony Belgagnehi at the line for two. Definitely earned this trip to the free throw line. Looking to go 2 for 2 for the first time on today. Once again, misses the first. So Belgagnehi's going to have to wait for one more shooting foul to try to go 2 for 2.
Yeah, and the free throws really could end up biting Palatine in the butt if they don't pull away here from 13. Nowhere near over here in this game. See if he can knock down the second, and he will not. Falcons really trying to push it out of this dead ball, and it's going to go off of Schlickman and belong to the Pirates. And very bad turnover there.
As you were saying, these missed free throws could come back to bite the Palatine Pirates in the butt.
He's 5 for 12 from the line.
Belgagnehi's under 500.
5 for 12, not good.
Less than 50%. That is the last thing you want to see out of free throw percentage.
Schlickman steals it, pulls up and knocks it down. Henry Schlickman finally gets his look, and it comes off a steal. Lead back down to 10.
Great vision there by Wilcox. Had his eyes on Williams, but fed the ball to...
Oh, block. I don't know.
I agree with that call. I feel like, who was that, 32, Gilmar? I think he came in a little bit late. Feet weren't fully set.
That would have been a total momentum shift there. Gilmar's third. He's got to stay careful as they lob it to Belgagnehi. He picked off. Here comes Burke in transition. 2-on-1. Dumps it off. Blocked by Williams.
Anytime it feels like the Wheaton North Falcons are gaining momentum off a steal, it feels like the Pirates just come in and block any shot attempt to solidify momentum. Iliopoulos comes in. Wilcox to the bench.
This is where Wheaton North's got to take advantage of that. Wilcox has provided a lot of threes. Channing fires it over. Schlickman, another off the mark. That's his first miss of the ball game. May saves it. Over to Belgagnehi. Over to Dick.
Wheaton North's bench is very ready to call out on that sideline over there.
And Schlickman steals it. Over to Burke. Burke lays it in. Oh, rolls out. He'll go to the line for two. Could he be the first one to knock both down?
Maybe. It looked like that was going to fall, and he was only going to get one free throw attempt, but he's going to get two.
Yeah, I nearly said it. Falls in, but rattles out. And that was a great move by him using his left hand. So the first one's up, off the mark. What a slugfest it's been from the line today.
Yes, it has. Jake Tripp comes in for the Pirates. Abram Williams to the bench.
Here comes the second from Burke, and it's off the mark. 2 huge points they really needed. We're inside a minute in the third quarter here in the South Gym. Dick Over to Bellingham Yehi. Coast to coast, dumps it off to Jake Tripp, and he's off. No good.
Even though Tripp wasn't able to get that layup to fall, great find from Bellingham Yehi.
Darren Dick can't get it to go. Here comes Schlickman.
We were talking about the free throws might be the dagger for the Pirates. Turns out it was actually missed layups.
Oh. Schlickman's just so smooth. Here he goes. Oh. Little soccer goalie side pass. Gilmar weaving through the defense, can't get it to go. That was a good look. Palatine's most likely going to elect to hold here.
Shot clock is off.
9 seconds. Over to Dick. 5 seconds. Bellingham Yehi with the second. No good, and that's going to bring the third quarter to a close, 39-29.
10 points separating these two teams. Wheaton North made the deficit a little bit smaller before the quarter closed out, but Palatine ultimately gaining a lead and solidifying momentum to their side. I don't know what more you could ask out of Wheaton North. I think you just give it to Henry Schlickman, let him captain this offense.
Couldn't agree more. And with that, we're going to step aside. 29-39 is your score here from the South Gym. More action on the way here on York Sports Network.
One thing to highlight in that last third quarter of play is how sloppy it was. Both teams 6 turnovers in that last quarter. First half, it was very clean. Both teams held on to their possessions. Third quarter getting a little more unruly.
With that, let's head into this fourth quarter. 8 minutes to spare. 10-point ball game. Pirates have really been dominant.
Jake Tripp using that frame to get the layup to fall.
That was unbelievable, and here comes Schlickman. It's 12-point deficit now. Gilmar trying his luck on Bellingham Yehi, and it's just going to be swatted down. It's May now in transition, coast to coast, lays it up, no good. Ball's loose, who's got it? Big Tony does, but it's loose again. Body's flying, and Tony went out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Wheaton North Falcons.
Surplus of photographers on that backstop today.
It looks like mini Darren Dick over there with the red and the goggles.
Yeah. You know, I was wondering, do you think the goggles help or hurt the court vision for Darren Dick?
I don't know. They look pretty clear, but I can see.
They look pretty clear, but the frame.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wide lens, but maybe in his, like the peak of his peripheral might get blocked by the frame.
Wheaton North needs an answer, Griffin.
Yes, they do. 12 points separating the two teams.
Kick ball.
I like it though. Iliopoulos using every part of his body on defense there.
A little Glennie West action. They love that. That's been taught in the program for a while. Schlickman to Gilmar. Here's a corner three look for the Falcons. They needed that. It's off the mark. And it's going down the other way. Foul on number 3. It's going to go against Ryder Froby. Wait, no, it's going to stay here. I swear I saw him point the other way. Iliopoulos instead. Schlickman's not going to inbound this one. I wonder if they're going to get him involved in his screenplay. Burke will check in. He's going to pull Schlickman. Interesting.
May comes out. Palatine going with a rather large lineup here.
Schlickman will take his first seat of the game. Probably will sit for about 30 seconds. There's a nice cut, and it's blocked by Williams.
Yet another block anytime And like you said, Schlickman not even sitting on the bench, just got some water and came right back in.
Unreal, and they're gonna have him inbound now. His court vision is so good. I'd be surprised if he passes it in and they get him a look for a three, though. It's one of my favorite inbound plays as a coach. And they do, but instead, Johnson elects to take it. No good. Over to Tony, coast to coast. He's gonna get it to roll home. So now a 14-point lead with 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Tony Belgin-Yehi leads all teams in scoring with 15 after that bucket.
Schlickman with a nice move. He fires. It's off the mark. Hard to shoot over that wide frame of Williams.
Great rebound there by Drake Tripp.
Second chance effort, no good. Third chance effort, and he will go to the line for 2. That'll be number 2, Briggs Barricon.
We apologize for the no audio there. We had a player, Bert, come into our stream, knocked it down, and slipped our mind to turn the mic back on. We apologize for that. Score is 38-52. Just barely over a minute and a half left to go. Palatine all but finished this game.
He might be able to go 2 for 2. And he will.
We've been tracking that, and who was that? Number 2, Briggs Barnick, first player to go 2 for 2 at the free throw line in this game.
Bellingham. Unbelievable showing out of him. 25-point double-double and a chance to make it 26 at the line.
You got to wonder, at what point does head coach Eric Millstone take Belgagnehi, Williams, Dick, Wilcox, and May out? He's only played 7 people so far in this game, and this one's all but over. You might want to think about emptying out your bench, save them for later. Would hate to see a repeat of the Derrick Rose injury.
He hits his 3-point play. He's up to 26. What a showing. It's been unbelievable. The Falcons really struggling. Loose ball. And it's going the other way.
Iliopoulos up on the bench. Nope, sits back down, just celebrating. Thought he was about to check in.
With that, this is going to be a nice win for the Pirates. Griffin, your boys, your champions, moving on. You love to see it.
I do.
I could totally see them winning the whole thing.
Really hope they do. That way I just look good on the preview show.
Nice lay there from May. And they move it around. Williams in transition, lays it home. Stat pad in the score now, 59-40. They're going to call a timeout and check in James May, the senior guard, brother of Connor and Brady.
May family running circles around the Jack Tosh.
They run this thing. As there is a lay, no good. And let's see if they can get May a bucket. He's got his Grinches on.
Yes, he does.
These are some expensive sneakers.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good.
Absolutely. His brother's rocking, what are those?
I want to say those are the KD Ant Pearls. But
Griffin Hanna's got some shoe game.
But it's got that white, so I don't know if it's the Ant Pearls.
They might get it to him. Here's Tony.
No, I do think those are. Those might be the KDs. Let's see.
Please don't foul and extend this game. I'm ready for Metamora Lombard West.
I am too. Darren Dick's got, let's see, what are those?
Wow, Lamont stormed back and now only down 2.
Yes, they did. Score update in the main gym, 28-26. Lamont cutting the lead down to 2.
Darren Dick fires it over to May.
You know, the Tosh, we see a lot of good shoes. James May with the Grinches, and then CJ Pittman of Walter Payton has camo Kobe's.
Nice lay from the Falcons. It's not going to be enough as they're down 17. They find May to May, back to Bellingham Yahi. They're going to dribble this one out.
And Falcons not going to contest this.
They're
going to let the clock wind down, and as you said, that's it.
What a game, 59-42. Scoreboard does not show how close this one was, Griffin. And Henry Schlickman and the Falcons will fall to Tony Bellingham Yahi and his Pirates. We should have a post-game interview coming up with Tony. Griffin, I believe you're going to be doing it.
Okay.
Got to get your boys right. Thank you for all tuned in. I'm signing off. Christian McQuaid. It's been great, Tosh folks, and hope you guys enjoy your night. 59-42, your final.